In the previous video on AI and ties with ancient Egypt, we learned we are on the cusp of transitioning out of the 2160-year age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius as we move along the precession of the equinoxes. Pisces has the simplified energy of I believe, which created 2160 years of believing. Aquarius is the age of insight and knowledge. It is an age of increased human wisdom, awareness, and expanding consciousness. This transition into Aquarius coincides with the expanding information age we are currently in. The transition into the age of Aquarius also approximates the move into the Egyptian Commission age of the Awakening and the beginning of a new 65,000-year major cycle. While the cycles don't exactly match, there is a high degree of correlation. The ancient Egyptians view the sun as going through 5 stages. These are Kepher, also known as the driller and representative of the dawn. The scarab beetle symbolizes Kepher and represents the birth of consciousness at dawn. Ra, also known as the stubborn and associated with noontime. Ra is symbolized by the ram and is characterized as the preliminary stages of consciousness. Un, also known as the wise, and associated with early to mid-afternoon. Un is represented by a man standing upright with a staff and stands for adult or mature consciousness. This is the sun at its entire apex heading towards twilight. Aten, also known as the wiser, and associated with late afternoon to twilight. This is the sun in the early afternoon. Aten is symbolized by an older man hunched over with his staff and represents the stage of enlightenment or full flowering of consciousness. Aten is the golden age of enlightenment of so many different mythologies. Aten was the prime time of consciousness. It was a time when the netters manifested from mind to form and guided humans to great spiritual heights. Recall that netters are often translated as gods but are more correctly understood as forces of nature. Amen, also known as the hidden, and associated with night and darkness. Amen initially did not have an image. Amen is the end of the cycle where we experience the loss of consciousness, where truth is hidden, and when night and consciousness is in full darkness. According to Kemet oral tradition, this is the period of darkness and is the current cycle we are in. Amen began about 6,000 years ago, or about 4000 BCE, and from which we are on the brink of emerging from. To the Egyptians, these 5 stages represent both epochs of consciousness and human history. As the cycles changed, so did the consciousness of humankind. The transition from Aten, twilight, to the current age of Amen, the age of night and darkness, brought about the darkening of people's minds. According to Kemet tradition, writing began before the Sumerian culture, part of ancient Kemet known as Sam or Ra. This would put the date at about 6000 BC, and near the range of the astrological age of Gemini. Gemini, a mutable air sign, symbolizes communication and has been considered the sign that rules writing in astrology. According to Kemet tradition, the ancient priests of late Aten knew of this approaching time and developed writing to leave teachings to help guide humanity through this dark period of consciousness where truth was hidden. The advent of writing is in alignment with the paradigm of the Kemet cycle. This table shows the astrological eras along with the Kemet cycle. This is a close approximation and is included to give the reader a sense of the ancient Egyptians' urgency about passing down knowledge to future generations via the mathematics hidden in the monuments and helping facilitate and spread symbolic language. All this indicates we are on the cusp of a perfect storm of a reawakening of consciousness with contributions coming from at least 3 different ages. There is the transition from the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius. Then there is the transition from the age of Amen and darkness to the dawn and the age of Kepher. And both these ages, the age of Aquarius and the age of Kepher, are now merging into the ever-blossoming age of information which began around 1970. The Sphinx is a prophecy of love. It speaks of a time past and a time to return in its proper cycle. The prophecy of the Sphinx is about ancient adversaries of light and dark, finding unification in the wake of the new human story and the reemergence of a new time of light and consciousness to begin again. Dear friend, a new dawn is here. I welcome you to the Age of Discovery, powered by AI. For further treatment of this topic, refer to the Age of Discovery, powered by AI series available on Amazon in both print and Kindle. This is the 9th in a series of videos on AI and ties with the ancient Egyptians. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe. Visit ricorojo.com for more information on Beyond the Fringe and other Age of Discovery, powered by AI books.